Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. Today we're gonna learn single crochet. You just grab any hook you can get or that you have, and any yarn, preferable cotton yarn if you're a beginner. Today we're gonna make a headband. That is the whole headband is entirely done with single crochet only. So it's a good practice for those who want to learn single crochet. Okay, we shall start. You curl yarn on your finger. You make a knot. If you can't remember how to make a knot or a foundation chain, you can go back to my basic stitches video. Okay, you yarn over, pull, and you have a knot. Okay, and with this knot, I'm gonna make chain 10. So normally the headband for a child, preferable, we do a chain 10 stitch. For adult, you can make a chain 15. Okay, with this knot, I'm going to chain 10, yarn over, pull through, then you're going to do this 9 more times. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in case you feel like you have lost track, you can count back the V's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The one on the hook does not count. So here you can see you have 10 V's. Okay, now we're gonna do single crochet. And for the single crochet, you already have 10. I'm going to stitch 1 and go to the second stitch from the hook. Means here this is the first, this is the second, because this one is from the hook. So this is first, this is second. You go to the second one from the hook, yarn over. Now you have 2 loops on your stitch, on your hook. You pull through 2. This is your single crochet, and you continue to do that until the end of the row. And because just now we have chain 10, I add 1 more for the single crochet. So all in, you're going to have 10 stitches. So make sure when you reach the end, you should have 10 stitches. If you do not, means you have count wrongly somewhere, somehow, or maybe you skip 1 stitch. You might have accidentally skipped 1 stitch or over crochet 1 more stitch in a particular space. See here, this is the knot, it does not count. This is the last one, the last stitch. So this is the single crochet. If you want to count, you either count these 2 lines here, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, or you can count the V's on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now when you reach the end, you chain 1 and turn your work. Turn your work. You still see the V here. You go through both V, both loop, yarn over, and put through all. So this is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4, 5, and you continue in the same manner until the end of the row. And just to let you know, I am now making the width of the headband, not the length. This is the width, not the length. And do not pull too tight, because if you pull too tight, you see your headband starts to curl. Now this last part here, to some it could be confusing. So if you're not sure if this is the last one or the last two, you can count back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All in you have 9, means you have one more. You should have 10. And in the end, you should have a straight line here and a straight line here too. This is the width, and we're going to crochet it this way. It gets longer, and once it gets to the length that you want, you can measure it on your head or the head of the person that you intended to crochet it for. You measure it on the head. If you do not have a head to measure, then you can roughly, for a rough idea, for a 3-month-old baby, you can make the length of 12 inches. For a 6-month-old baby, 14 inches. And for a 1-year-old, maybe about 17 inches. And for adult, you can measure it on your head. If let's say your circumference of your head is 20 inches, you minus 2. So that it's kind of elastic, it kind of stretch a bit. So it will stretch and hold on to your head. Okay, now chain 1. Again, turn your work. So in case once you chain 1, you get confused as to which one to, because there's 2V here. Do not take this one. Take the one on this length here. So it's kind of like skip one. So remember to chain 1 at the end, turn your work, and continue your single crochet. And make sure, if you intend to make the width as 10 stitches, you make sure you have 10 stitches in each and every row. And if you intend to make it like 15 or 20 stitches, then you make sure every row you're going to have the same number of stitch. Okay, remember the last one here, you're going to have a straight line. Same thing, chain 1, turn your work. Don't forget the chain 1, this is the one that we do not want. You go to the one that is down here. After a few times of practice, you will train your eyes to see actually which stitch that you should use and which one you should not. So you continue until the length that you want. I'll come back to you once I come to the length that I want. Okay, I reached the desired length that I want. I plan to make 14 inches, which is for a 6-month-old baby, around 3 to 6 months old baby. So you should get something like this. And look at the straight line. If you do not have a straight line, maybe you have missed a stitch or you have made extra stitch. Or can you remember the one that we chain 1? You're not supposed to crochet, single crochet on the chain 1. You're supposed to crochet starting from this line. So the chain 1 here, we kind of skip it. So if you do not skip this side will be going this way, whereas here you'll skip a stitch because you count 10, which is one on the chain 1. So from chain 1 until here it will be 10, so here will extra 1 and you miss it. So some will be here and here and here and here, so your headband will be crooked. But you should get something like this. So you can practice a few times until you get something like this. It's all single crochet, and you practice your strength, how hard you pull on the yarn. Do not pull too tight. If you pull too tight, it might not come out like this. It might curl. Okay, so now once I've reached the end here, yeah, to measure this, you do not pull, you leave it, just leave it nicely on the table and you measure. So if I want 14, I make sure I do not pull this and I just measure, get 14. Just leave it on the table and measure. Okay, now we're going to cut the yarn. This is the last part. From here to here, 10 stitches. I chain one more. You have to leave a long tail because we have to do some sewing. Cut the yarn. Okay, leave a long tail, and here pull tight so it's like a knot. As for the tail over here, let me teach you how to hide this tail. You can actually put your needle through all this. Just put your needle through all this first, then make your yarn go through the hole here and pull. Anyway, you can hide some more, or you can hide it this way down. But anyway, we're going to sew it here, so this one we can actually sew it together. So now you place, since the chucking out one is this side, I'm going to turn it this way around. Okay, you're going to place it like this. Hold it this way and hold it this way, and make sure it's in the middle. Okay, the tail just now. And make sure we hide this tail too. We hide it when we are sewing it. Okay, you make sure it's exactly half. So here, you just leave this here. We're gonna sew it. Go through all of it. Go through all 4. Okay, you go through all 4 of it. Okay, go through all 4 of it and you stitch and make it whole. So this one we hide inside. Here, one more. You can do a few rounds to make sure it really is attached. Okay, and when you turn it, it should look like this. So this one we can cut it. This one we had already hide it here just now, part of it, already half of it, so we can cut this, and when you turn it, you're gonna have a knot. So this will be your headband. So if you want, you can add a flower here or here. So this part, once you have sewed it, you can sew it a few more rounds just to make very sure. Okay, maybe this one I can hide it this way. Okay, so this one you can cut it off because just now we have hide half of it inside here, and for this balance one, do not cut now, hide some of it first. Hide part of the thread in between the single crochet. Can hide it through and fro just to make sure that it will not chuck out. Okay, you can even hide it up here. If you want, in between here, you can make a knot because this one will be facing inside. Make a knot and hide your yarn in between all this again. So this one I'm gonna cut. You turn it around and you will have a hairband, a twisted hairband. I hope you have fun practicing your single crochet and making a headband. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.